still love.
You guys, are you familiar with the Ninja appliances? Mainly they make blenders.
Oh yeah, I've got one.
Okay.
I've got
Yeah, I
one.
think we have.
I've got a blender that has a heating element. You can make soup while it cuts things. I don't fucking know.
That's
What?
ridiculous. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
crazy.
It's asinine. It's the greatest blender I've ever had. Like you can tell it what to do. Like pre-program it to like, which is bizarre that it literally just spins and cuts things. But yes, I'm aware.
Well, hold on. Now I'm intrigued on the soup making element. What do you have, a hot
Yeah,
plate?
how does this work?
Okay, yes, it has a hot plate literally in the bottom of the blender, and I guess you just put all of your stuff in there, and you tell it, I want to make soup, like let's just say potato soup.
Okay.
So you put your potatoes in there, you put your cream, you put your spices and all that jazz, and I guess periodically it'll go like meow, meow, and chop potatoes, and as they get hotter and more soft, it meow, meow, and then it'll puree a little bit, and then it'll leave some chunks. But it's got a heating element in the bottom of the blender and will actually cook the soup almost like a crock pot. So when you get home from work, all the ingredients will have been blended and heated, and you can just literally dump your soup into a bowl.
Damn, look at that. He wasn't lying.
All right. So, Mr. Ninja Soup Maker,
That's not even bad.
how much?
$149.99.
But because of where my wife works, somebody fucked up and marked it down to $30. That's why we own it. Because nobody's buying a soup-making blender
All
for
right, so
any price.
Before I get into what I was about to tell you about this Ninja that I just recently bought, I mean, have you? I don't want to open this up to like 10 minutes of the soup making thing, but have you used it? Have you dabbled in the soup?
you made a soup?
Have
No.
you a successful soup? Oh, you haven't.
No.
Okay.
Why would you? Why? Why would you?
I don't
The only
know,
thing the only thing I've done with it, which I think is superior to other blenders, is I have put chicken breasts in the Instant Pot, and then I have put the chicken breasts in the blender and made pulled chicken out of that.
Just yeah. Okay. I
Like
got
shred
you.
the chicken just
Yeah.
by like, because it's so good that you just keep hitting the pulse button, and all of a sudden the chicken's fucking dismembered.
Minced.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right where you want it.
Okay. I'm a bit. You say why would you? I don't know. If I buy something like that, I'm gonna tinker with everything. Like I have an Instant Pot, and I've done the rice. I've done bread. I've done. And I've done it one. I don't fucking like it. Like the juice isn't worth the squeeze for me with bread. I'll buy bread.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it just like I mean, yes, it was delicious and it was phenomenal. But I want dinner in less than an hour with minimal work when I'm using the Instant Pot. But anyway, all right. So I had a Ninja that my mom got me when I first moved to Baltimore. This is 2008.
Wait,
all
they
right?
make a variety of products. So, like, are you talking about a blender you have, or like what's the Ninja that you have?
I had a blender that my mom got me circa 2008. Whatever version or model that was, picture it. Okay, it was as basic as they come. Okay, but because I'm a guy and I had a very reliable fucking, I don't know, kitchen utensil that never failed me, even though like the little flipper when you pour things out was gone. I had to put a paper towel over it, and even though the little rubber base that circles the bottom of it that stabilizes it was pretty much gone. I had to like jam it up in there every time, and the blades were dull. This thing just never failed. So anyway, Sarah's like, we're buying something new. We're buying a new one. I was like, really? Do we have to? This one works. She's like, no. And Chris, I'm now intrigued to go up and see if this fucker has a soup maker. I don't know, but this is like 60 fucking parts. And of course you wash it when it gets out, right? You don't want the cardboard taste. You take it out, you put it in the washer. At least most adults do. Maybe you guys just take it right out of the box and just start putting food in it and blending it.
No, I put soap in there and I blend the soap, and then I dump the soap out until it runs clear.
Okay. Well, we put it in the dishwasher. All right. And then I'm clearing the dishwasher. And this here is a very reliable, very 5-star worthy review of the Ninja, or at least its blades, because I reached across to grab a fucking coffee mug on the far side of the top rack of my dishwasher, and that blade cut me about 4
Oh,
inches
yeah.
from the fat part of my thumb. I mean, I'm wearing a. I mean, if you guys want to see it,
No, I don't want to see it, and I
Okay.
believe you because I've done the
Yeah.
same thing. Washing the Ninja blender.
oh, okay, yeah,
I reached down there with a sponge, and I was trying to get the gritty bits out the bottom of the chicken that I had shredded.
Uh-huh.
And as I lifted the sponge out, I went from right at the knuckle at the palm all the way to the tip of the thumb. I was like, "Holy shit!" I didn't think because that metal in there is pretty thick.
Yeah.
I didn't think a piece of metal that thick could be that sharp, and I was incorrect.
it's like it was like made from the fucking Hattori Hanzo, the katana making
Sounds right.
class that they put in the ninja blenders. It
Right,
sounds
it's
right,
called
Alan.
ninja. Yeah, that's why it's called a ninja, man. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong fucking culture, but yeah, either way. It's fine.
Wait, is Hanzo something else?
Well, isn't it? Are ninjas like Chinese, Japanese? Are they Japanese too? I don't know.
No, I think they're Japanese.
I don't fucking know, man.
You got the computer? You look shit up.
Ninjas.
Where are ninjas made? Not the blenders, the fighters.
Oh, feudal Japan.
See?
Yeah.
Ninjas versus samurai.
But it was I mean, it was close to Stitch. Like we got to go and get stitches inducing. Now I butter. Of course, I'm like nope, butterfly bandaged up. I was like hit it with the peroxide. And then I sounded like fucking Stifler when he got his prostate massaged in fucking Road Trip. Like,
Dude, super glue. As a guy
well,
who gets
we're getting there.
massive cuts all the time, fucking super glue. That does it
well,
every
yeah.
goddamn time.
Does work.
Yeah,
Huh.
but this fucking this thing was I was I was shocked and then impressed. I was like, holy shit! Like I just assumed. I mean, I think maybe I had, I don't know, like maybe I saw the blades and I thought they were still my old blades from 2008. I was like, oh, this thing's dull as shit. I can reach over and it's oh, and it got me even in my pinky when I pulled my hand back. Got a little residual.
Well, maybe you start doing some manual labor, build up some calluses. All right, get a little something thicker to cut through.
Is this what this conversation is going to turn
Yeah.
into?
These dainty little hands of yours. getting
Maybe
all
you
cut
need to
up.
make some soup. Burn your fucking hands.
Maybe I do.
Make some soup. Send it down my way.
Make some blood pudding out of what you fucking left in your fucking blender.
No, see, it got on the bottom. But see, it just got like a couple driblets on the kitchen floor, and then one in the
Okay.
pull down of the dishwasher.
What I find ironic about your story is you're wearing your Chubbs Peterson shirt, and yet you still have a hand.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, do you want me to go hop this fucker off? You want me to go make hand
no.
soup?
I think it's only appropriate.
Yeah. What did Chubbs lose his right or his left? I think it was his right. Yeah, because
It
he
was his
shakes
right.
Happy's hand,
It was
and
his
yeah,
right.
right. Oh, yeah. And that thing is so ridiculous in the movie. The hand is like at least like a half a foot longer than his other hand.
It's huge.
Well, that's because fucking he's holding literally like the actor fuck wait don't what's his name? God damn it.
Apollo
It's fucking
Creed.
Apollo Creed. Yeah, I know he's Apollo Creed. What's his fucking name? Action Jackson. What's his fucking name?
Predator man.
I'm just gonna let you figure this one out.
Carl Winters.
Hey,
Carl Weathers.
Weathers. Winter is a weather. Fuck you.
Carl Winters. I think he was like a silver medalist in the 1984 ski jumping.
Wasn't he also the dad on Family Matters?
Yeah, Carl Winslow.
damn.
Same thing.
All the black guys with W names, just the same, huh?
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right.
Carl Weathers, Carl Winslow, Carl Lewis. Sorry.
If you guys lost an appendage, what would you do? How would you handle that situation?
You mean right then and there? I'd
No,
scream.
no.
I don't know. I'd cauterize it.
Probably freak out.
Not right then and there. No, like moving forward. Like once it all fucking like seeped in, like this thing's gone. Like Like, how would you handle it?
I guess it depends on like what it was, but I mean, you
Okay,
just
well,
can't-
let's just go with let's go with arm. Let's go with arm below the elbow.
It's an arm. Fucking, I don't know. Can't. Don't they got robot arms now? Like I would look into that and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is what it is. I got another hand. Like I think there are worse things than losing a hand. If I
No, I
lost a
agree.
leg, if I lost a leg, I'm getting one of those Jaco Pastorius fucking blade legs, like the carbon fiber
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
speed and agility for murdering my wife legs. Like that.
No
kind
more
of,
no more shin splints. By the way.
no more shin splints. That's true.
See, I feel like that'd be my everyday driver is the blade leg. But no, I think I'd have a lot of crafty, creative things. Halloween would be so awesome. There'd be so many fucking different costumes you could do, different appendages you could
I
attach
definitely
on.
have a hook hand, like just for funsies. Like if it was a hand issue, like I would have a hook hand. Yeah, why not?
You could also Christ, Jim Abbott was like an 18-game winner in the late '80s with the California Angels.
There you go.
Is there a rule in baseball that you can't wear something? Because, like, I mean, again, it was awesome watching him, like, whoop, 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 do that magic trick with the glove, like, where he'd lay it gently on there. Dude, there's nothing more awesome. I'll watch that clip, like, once a year, him fucking, like, finishing that no-hitter.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa, that's fucking badass. That's fucking badass. But could they not allow him to, like, wear something on that
So hey,
glove?
this is your non-throwing hand. We're gonna allow you to wear a fake hand in your glove.
No, but
guess.
not a fake hand, but like something that allowed like the glove to like I don't know, so you didn't have to rest it on the nub.
So like a broomstick duct tape to his forearm or something.
Yes, exactly
was
that.
gonna
A
say, like-
broomstick.
I was gonna say they didn't really have anything good. I don't think fake appendages had reached that kind of level of complexity.
We got this state of the art thing. Look.
Well, like okay, he's a pitcher, right? So
Yeah.
like, could he? Okay, as far as since we're using duct tape, apparently, couldn't they just have allowed him to duct tape the glove to his arm or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, could they? I'm just saying, is there a rule in Major League Baseball that's so strict that like you can't use a foreign object that are like, nope, no hands for you, buddy.
I just don't think it would have helped. Like, what would it have helped?
The only thing I can hold on. I will say the only thing I can think of is that it's like a foreign substance to like doctor the ball. Now I don't know if duct tape would do that, but if let's just say for conversation's sake you're trying to like yeah we're like duct taping it, or let's find a tape that can't doctor the ball. You're just gonna put it on a nub that's like halfway up your forearm.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, I'm just
We're,
hypothesizing.
we're laughing way too much at a guy who was a successful major league pitcher. By
Dude,
the way,
he's made more money than any of us will make combined. It's like Jim Abbott's laughing his way to the fucking Hall of Fame. Who gives a fuck? He doesn't care. He does not give a
okay,
shit.
fair enough.
I will never strike out like 27 major league fucking batters and walk away with the greatest fucking crown that there is to have as a pitcher.
So anyway, is there any rule? No, I don't think so. I don't know. I as far as I know, but Christ, I mean, why would he need help? He had that thing was like a Houdini sleight of hand, man. That thing was better than David Blaine. David Blaine looked at that and was like, "Wow, that's amazing. Look at him. He's a modern day Houdini from the 30s in the
know, like-
80s."
like an ice cream scoop, so he could like throw the ball if he had to, you know.
Ice cream, a highlight fucking hook.
Yes,
Fucking
exactly.
stuck in.
Yeah, built in with steel plates that can drill in. Yeah. Wow.
Drill that bad boy into his arm.
Just something. I mean, because he's got to do that thing where like, okay, imagine this. I don't know if this happened. I'm sure it did, but like, so he throws the ball with the right hand, right? And then
Left. He was lefty.
oh, he's lefty. Okay, so he throws the hand with the left hand, and then he's got the glove resting on the right nub, right? And then he's got to jam his hand into the glove, and then he comes away and he's got nothing. So he catches the ball. That's what I'm saying. Like suction cup, so he can like at least like suction cup the ball to his arm, and then take the glove back off to try to throw the first. Like I'm just saying, like you could
Sure.
give the guy a hand.
I like, hey man, bat the idea around suction cup seems does like he's not at a player advantage. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because it's holding it in spot. Like I don't know, just so you can throw the guy out at first. Like because then what he's got to do? He's got to do like a fucking. I don't know, Siegfried and Roy fucking like juggling apparatus, like throw this in the air, throw the glove in the air, grab the ball out of the air, throw it to first. Like that's fucked up. It's bad.
What if he has one that like he could suction cup it and then it's got like a projected thing like
Okay, that's too
kind
far. That's too far. That's too far. That's not fair.
he can't pitch with it, but he can throw to first base with it, or second, or third.
I would watch that all the time.
You're right. There's a competitive advantage with that, I suppose.
Just saying. I mean, I'm just saying that it felt like, Jim Abbott, he kind of got fucked a little bit.
So
Twice.
he gets to have like a weird plunger on his right hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just something to grab the Mississippi mud ball and,
I got an idea. What if it was a slingshot? So like he would catch it and then he'd just shoot it over to first.
Okay. All right, so modify the glove.
Yeah.
Like the webbing of the glove is elastic. And you can,
Well, you could still, you could do that. I was gonna say you could still sit the glove on the fucking, the fucking,
The nub.
the wishbone, the fucking so just sit it on there, field right, ditch glove, ball in fucking attached slingshot, shoot to first. Probably take a little getting used to, but
Yeah, I was gonna say like
you
have
gotta
to,
learn
like,
a whole new
you have to-
skill set.
I was gonna say you have to take away time from being to perfecting the craft of being a major league pitcher to being then an accurate slingshotter. I mean,
And
God
look,
bless him.
you're,
if he can
you're
do
a fucking professional athlete. I think you got it.
Yeah.
it. Okay.
I feel. Look, I don't feel for Jim Abbott, and Jim Abbott doesn't want me to feel for him.
All right. Yeah. All right, yeah. Well, and then that brings us back to what we would do. So I guess we would get what fucking plungers and fucking slingshots and these with it Michael Pistorius bouncers on our feet.
Yes.
Oh, I saw this documentary about this guy. I think he's part of the Hers family, or at least his last name's Her. But anyway, he was like rock climbing. He got caught in this blizzard and frostbite his legs below the knee, and then he got these fucking prosthetic legs. He was like, shit, be easier to rock climb if I was like 6'4". So he got 6'4" legs, and he fucking went rock climbing. It's like, goddamn. And now he's got like robot legs, and they work better than real legs. Like,
Yeah,
God
man.
damn, man. If you got money, that helps. But like, if you knew what you wanted, I don't know. I think about like Evil Dead. He gets a fucking chainsaw arm. I would just like to have like a Iron Man fucking armory of different types of attachments that I could use.
I'm not saying in our lifetime it's gonna be Iron Man-y, but I'm telling you that the technology of hip and knee replacements that have taken place in the last 20 to 30 years, I mean, I don't think it's far-fetched that someone's gonna be like, dude, everything from my knee down is shot, ankles, feet. Just give me something else. I'm like, okay, cool. Here comes the suction cup. It suctions the dance floors and porcelain. That's stupid. That's incredibly stupid. But I mean, you get my point. Like my mother got her hip replaced a little over a year ago, and she was like, yeah, instantly the arthritis was gone. Absolutely gone.
Because they cut it out.
Yeah, because it's not there anymore.
You don't think that's miraculous?
I mean,
You know.
I won't go as far as to say miraculous.
Yeah.
Modern science developed methods to fix it.
Yeah, but these hip replacements weren't prevalent in Jim Abbott's era.
Yeah, but Jim Abbott didn't have anything replaced. He needed something placed. That's my point.
Like a suction cup or a
Between
slingshot.
1989
Gotcha,
to
yeah.
1999. Yeah, they definitely were replacing hips. It wasn't as easy.
Yeah, it was more like, I think it was like, weren't they still using oak or like cedar or something?
Maybe. Probably. Just,
Yeah.
just fucking particle board. Just fucking,
Yeah.
That's
This is the long John Silver technique.
That's a different thing, man. I'm talking about somebody who lost something completely. Like, I mean, I'll admit the Oscar Pistorius thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, did he run in a real race?
Who,
Yeah.
Pistorius?
Yeah,
Ran in
can-
the actual Olympics.
that's
if
what I
I'm not
thought. That's
mistaken.
what I was getting at. I wasn't sure if he actually
Like,
So
not
he-
even like the
Paralympics.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
but he-
the fucking good. Because I was gonna say something way more offensive.
He didn't run in the finals. He ran in the races leading up to the finals.
the prelims because he
So you have
didn't.
to
He still didn't because he wasn't. He didn't perform. He's the best Paralympian there was, but he wasn't quite the best. Whole man there was.
I mean, 2012 Summer Olympic Games, first amputee runner. Duh. Fucking, he took second place in the so I don't think he didn't make the final. He made the first semifinal of the 4x4.
So you had I think it's like 3 or 4 races to get to the final. So you got to the second race.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then what? He shot his wife?
And then he killed his wife or some shit. Yeah.
He was scared, so he shot through 3 doors.
They told him that he didn't live up to his carbon fiber blade legs, so they were gonna take them for pegs. And he couldn't fucking handle it, so he killed his wife. That's awful. I'm sorry.
This is cancellation coming soon.
In his defense, he wasn't wearing his legs. So, I mean, I could imagine the confidence you have, like you're wearing your blade legs and you're standing 6 foot tall. Like, who's gonna fuck with this guy? I run the fucking 400 in 48 seconds, and then all of a sudden you're taking a shit and you're standing about 3 foot tall. I got these sea monkey legs, and I don't think I can fight anybody right now. I'm just gonna shoot through the walls. Makes sense.
I suppose. I mean, I don't remember all the details. Is that what he said? He got spooked and then shot through.
Yeah, he
Just
shot
took
through
a
the
gun.
door. I'm making fun, but he shot.
Yeah.
He just shot through the doors. His defense, any which way. I wasn't wearing my legs. I was scared. I shot through the door. Who takes a shit with a handgun? That's my only question.
Right. Also, how'd you get there without your legs?
He could walk on them. He said he could walk on them. He could
Oh,
walk
and
on
his
the
stump.
nubs. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, we did one a year ago of a quadriplegic who got a DUI. Remember that guy? Yeah. Don't you
Well, it's
forget.
not hard to wreck a car.
When you're drunk with no legs and arms. Yes.
Probably exceedingly easy.
you literally just have to turn the key and say, well, I don't know what's going to happen.
They just push on this gas with my face.
Put it in drive, and we'll just let chance happen.
Did he run into like an insurance
house.
company? But the first floor was like a business, like an insurance company.
I'm not sure he was aiming. I just think it's just there.
Yeah.
I don't think he had anything against Progressive. It was just there's a building. Oops.
Could have been a bakery. Could have been an insurance company. Gotcha. Middle class souls, everyone. Murray Allen, Fox fan. I'm glad you guys are tuning in this evening on this late October slumber night.
How's your thumb, by the way?
I'm fine. I have a couple butterfly bandages. Don't think I'm gonna. Actually, I think I'm gonna tell Sarah to let's hack the thumb. I want a suction cup. Just reload it with suckers. Just give me a little nub that we can put lollipops in there.
You'll never drop that pint glass.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Didn't ever think about it. The possibilities are endless when you lose an appendage, folks. All right.
They're pretty endless.
Your options are limited. Let's be honest with you. All right. Let's get to one and done about a very desperate man in the state of Arkansas. It isn't Florida this time. Usually that's where some of
It's
these
only
things
half a
take
state over, so. All right, this is coming straight from the smoking gun, which means this is not a news story. This is basically just the police report. An Arkansas cop last Sunday morning spotted a suspicious car parked outside a commercial storage facility that was broken into 16 times this year. Okay. A sheriff's deputy noted that the vehicle in question was seen, quote, rocking about 12:45 a.m. Well, we all know the rule about rocking, don't we? When the cop looked inside the automobile, he spotted Theodore Morgaven, 55 years old, quote, having sex with a stuffed animal. Morgaven, a divorced father of 3, which is relevant, obviously, lives about a mile away from the storage facility. Since Morgaven is on probation, cops were able to search him and his automobile without the need for a warrant. According to a probable cause affidavit, the search turned up methamphetamines, a syringe, and 2 marijuana pipes. Seen above, he looks like the kind of guy that would fuck a stuffed animal. He was charged with 2 felony drug charges, a misdemeanor count of public sexual indecence, and the possession of drug paraphernalia. So, I get, the one and done is this. Like, I get it. He had bad things on him. I understand. He was fucking a stuffed animal. I hope he had bad things on him. I hope he was on drugs to have sex with a stuffed animal. However, the statute says that they couldn't run a search on him if he didn't already have, like a laundry list of.
He was on probation.
He was on probation.
Yeah.
My question to you guys is just simply this: isn't fucking a stuffed animal a victimless crime? Like, what if he was in there with a fleshlight? What if he was just simply using his hand? Is this a problem, Wes?
Yeah, Alan gave me the, so I'm curious now.
I mean, you guess, I mean, you obviously can't be, like, jacking it or fucking doing whatever in, like, a place where people are going to see. But, like, I think you're free. A man's free to jack it in the back seat of his car if he so chooses, or bang a fair-sized teddy bear if he wins one. It's
A commercial. You think a commercial storage facility is fair game?
I think so, because what do you
bestiality
do?
of
That's not bestiality. Like, we're gonna. That's a bridge too far, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
But like, you've been to a storage facility recently? They're not.
I would expect nothing less.
They're not.
I have, but
they're not heavily populated typically. They're 24-hour access. Also, yeah, why not? I guess.
Honestly, if there's a car parked at a storage facility at 1 a.m., this is exactly what I expect them to be doing.
Right. Hey, you got a slit open in Teddy Ruxpin. Interesting. I think I'm always going to, in these situations, okay, divorced father of 3, was on probation. I see the fucking, I don't even know if this is him. If it is him, the fucking poor guy, he looks like he needs help in a lot of ways, but you can do this in your bedroom. Okay. And I don't give a fuck. And if you can't do this in your bedroom, if your living situation doesn't warrant it, I'm sorry, man. Then you roll the dice and you go to a storage facility that's been broken into 16 times in the last 36 months. I
feel like every storage facility has been broken into 16 times in the last 3 months.
Well, breaking and entering and fucking a Teddy Ruxpin are different, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, one's B&E and one is.
I guess what I'm getting at is, with all the thing, there's obviously a lot of issues with police officers and the interaction of the public, and I guess I was protect, right? Who are you protecting by doing this?
See, I think you don't. I think you have a problem with the search laws on probation.
Who are you serving?
I think you have a problem with the search laws with him on probation.
What do you mean?
I think, as well as I know you and the way you kind of like protect certain common interest laws and things like this, is that the guy could have been arrested for whatever, but they were like, "Oh, you're on probation? Cool. We get to fucking scope your fucking car out. Okay, cool. Methamphetamines, this and that. I don't think you like that."
No, I don't like that. I don't. I feel like this is it's such an oxymoron. It's a victimless crime. So if it's a victimless thing, how
Did
is
you
it a crime?
interview the bear?
I'm just saying the guy. Okay, look.
Fine, fair
Bottom
enough.
line,
Let's. Yeah.
it's a terrible. It's deplorable.
It's not.
His
terrible.
actions are
it's
deplorable.
Not deplorable. It's not deplorable.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's just
Wow.
like-
Okay, you guys are disagreeing with the deplorable. nature.
Listen, people are weird, man. People get off. He was humping a fucking a teddy bear.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jesus, I feel like you just spun a 180 on me. Yes, I'm agreeing with everything you're saying right now.
Do it in your
Al,
bedroom.
What
Yeah,
if you don't
just
have
like-
a bedroom? Okay.
Yeah. Or what if you're a divorced dad of 3? And-
Yeah, with multiple convictions and probation, and you.
Is the fucking it's like a parking lot of fucking commercial storage facility the only privacy you have?
I feel like I honestly feel like if I thankfully I've never been this down on my luck. Like
Okay.
if I was to park somewhere, like where I felt safe, I feel like that might be the only place that's like well lit with a parking lot where not a lot of people are coming through. And here comes Johnny Law, like, let's go check the. What you doing in there? I was fluffing the teddy bear for my daughter tomorrow. Oh yeah, what you fluffing it with?
I'm a ventriloquist. I've been practicing.
I just, I don't use my hands, so I was trying to get ready for the show.
No, again. There is. I don't want to make this a political argument. There is a teeny part of me that does somewhat. I don't know if this is Arkansas law. Very well may be. If that's the case, he ought to know better because you ought to know your state constituents if it's a federal law. But yeah, if you live in a state where you're on probation and then cops have the ability to waive their rights for a search warrant and then get to probe your car and you have meth, a syringe, and 2 marijuana pipes, which is at this point, fucking who gives a shit? The meth, I don't really give too much fuck about, but whatever. You're still not supposed to have it. But I just feel as though that agitated you a good bit.
Yeah, it does. Because I feel like America is built on like you're only committing a crime if you're hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
And we've changed those rules. We've changed those rules. Mm-hmm. And so like now the rules are like if we can pop you for everything, we will. And it should just be like, dude, what are you doing? I was lonely. All right, man. Look, you shouldn't. And even still,
hey, let me prescribe you a cat.
It almost feels
Sorry.
like, look, finish up what you're doing, and go somewhere else, or not, because you're at a storage facility. Who gives a shit? There aren't kids around here. If he was parked in a fucking elementary school parking lot and maybe passed out and was going to be there the next morning, then yeah, that's a problem. But I don't know anybody. Okay, let me ask you this, Alan. Do you have a storage facility anywhere?
No, we do not.
Wes, do you have a storage facility anywhere?
Sarah does. Yeah.
What's she have in it? Furniture? Shit like
yeah,
that?
furniture.
Yeah. Stuff you're going to go to clean out one day. Like, you're not going to be there at fucking... And by the way, he was there at the appropriate time to jerk off into a fucking teddy bear.
12:45, 1:45. No.
1 a.m. is the right time to be in a location as such to do the thing he was doing. Period. Like, honestly, I almost feel like it's weird if you did that in your own apartment.
What? So be it. But again, like the law dictates.
The law, you can say
like,
the law dictates this, and the law is that, and the law is the law. But
it's not just like the laws of laws. I'm talking about the law of man, which is what America's built on. Yeah, what happens inside my fucking house? If I want to jerk off to fucking with firearms and whale blubber around me, then I'm doing it. All right, and a bunch of unmarked bills. If I can find to get a search warrant, yeah. If I want to cut a little teeny tiny hole in old, I kept saying Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know, but maybe My Buddy or.
that's much worse.
His staff member.
Yeah,
All right, kid sister, fine. Then do it in your
Anyway,
bedroom.
Little class holes.
Then do it in your bedroom.
Okay, Alan and I feel like we're gonna agree on this somehow.
Well, I don't even remember what the fucking main question was at this point.
The main question, and there's not really a main question. Like, okay, this guy's basically banging a stuffed
Banging a
animal.
bear, yeah, man.
What's okay? I'm not saying what's the problem, but to me, this goes back to the Paul Rubens argument.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's two consenting fucking adult stuffed animals. It's a consenting adult and a consenting stuffed animal. It's perfectly fine in my book. Look, like I said, he didn't really break any laws other than maybe a decent exposure or some bullshit because he was doing it in his car.
I mean, but it's not indecent exposure because he made sure he parked in an area where no one was going to see him doing this, except for a pesky police officer who was, again, doing his job. But I feel like that the police could do this is part of their. To me, this could be part of their job. It's like, hey, dude, you know that's fucked up, right? Yeah. All right. Can you just? I see you. You see me seeing you. Move on.
If we see you here again.
Yeah. Like, they don't gotta fucking, like, make a rap. The guy's obviously got some problems. What, you have to make more problems for him? Now you're just gonna put him in jail and all that stuff.
I mean, you would think, but think about a lot of the type of cops we got. We got these hyper masculine dudes. Fucking, can you imagine some fucking roided up testosterone fucking jarhead fucking cop taps on the thing? He's like, look at this gay guy fucking a teddy bear. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him, throw him in jail. Like, we just don't have the climate is not here for it anymore. Like, community policing back in the day. Hey, Randy, come on, man, go home to your wife. Fucking
Yeah, I really wish that policing in this country would be more like, hey, buddy, you know you shouldn't be doing that, right? Yeah. Go home. All right. Do you have a home? No. All right. Pull behind C6 and finish up.
Yeah.
Like, help him out.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, no, I agree.
A police escort, yeah.
No, like I like how fucking like somehow Wes has taken the moral high ground on this. Like, it's like fucking degenerate animal, and we're just like, what? Guy wants to fuck a teddy bear. Let him fuck a teddy bear. Fuck.
First of all, I openly admitted that I didn't care that he was fucking a teddy bear. I just said, do it in your bedroom.
Okay, well, what if you don't have a place to live?
Then sorry, man. Sorry.
You don't get to have sex with a teddy bear? That's
Go to
all?
This guy can't have sex with a teddy bear because he doesn't have a home. Damn.
Go to the woods. Go to the woods.
Oh, well, the woods are obviously somebody else's property. You can't do that on somebody else's property.
Then be more discreet about it.
You know what? This is a fucking America, Wesley Fox. And if you can't have sex with a teddy bear in your car in a fucking storage garage,
Easy
facility,
storage parking lot.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck are we doing? Why'd we fucking beat the British?
Why'd we even fight wars?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, I'll tell you what. If it was done Teddy style, not doggy, not missionary, not reverse cowgirl, but Teddy style.
I feel like that's a rotation thing.
I got to think on my feet. Yeah, he just spins it around
Teddy
like
style.
360 degrees over and over again. Yeah.
What's he saying though? Like, what's his sexy talk?
The Teddy or the guy?
The
Teddy
guy.
bear is romantic.
Oh, the guy? Okay, is it? Are you hibernating? I bet you aren't.
I'm gonna give you some honey.
Put you to sleep for 4 months.
Never tried that.
Sweet, sweet honey.
Put some salmon eggs in you.
Oh God. Oh. And that is your one and done.
We have derailed, folks. Well, thank you for listening. Hopefully, Fun Fact Friday is filled with things, a lot less contemporary and/or we got more bestiality things. Well, God,
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear this stuff.
Let's get to it. Your mental floss. Amazing facts brought to you by Cuckster for Life. Make sure you find him on Instagram. The Cuckster is he's not lonely. He's got plenty of people around him.
Yeah.
Plenty of people around his wife. He likes to give you the inside
doesn't-
scoop.
That doesn't need a empty parking lot at a storage facility and a fucking teddy bear. I'll tell you that.
That's right.
give
he just
him-
Needs, he just needs a full Motel 6.
with multiple partners and a hype man.
So let's get to it. Your 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. Did you know the first modern corn maze was created in 1993 at Lebanon Valley College in Annville, Pennsylvania? Its creator, Don France, has also been responsible for producing Super Bowl halftime shows and Broadway musicals like The Lion King and Beauty of the Beast. The funnest part of this fact, 1993?
I was gonna say that's shocking. I feel as though that could have been done ages ago. Christ,
People in
corn circles fucking around with people with UFOs landed here. It was long before that.
That's something different. But just the fact that like a whimsical maze made out of like dried corn husks like was invented in 1993.
Yeah, that's after Gatorade.
That's kind of wild.
That's after Teflon and the fucking some other key things.
I would just think that the people walking aimlessly through fucking rows of corn would be a much, it would have happened a lot earlier in the millennia.
I don't know. Maybe people wanted to protect their crops. They're like, hey, we ain't making a goddamn maze so you can stamp all over this goddamn thing.
Sometimes I hate you.
You know, here's another fun fact. Did you know? So you see a lot of like cornfields that are adjacent to. It's typically like, is it snow peas or what's the other crop that's like?
Snow peas? What do you mean, like soybeans?
Well, it's not snow. Soybeans.
Soybeans?
Yeah, so they'll flop those fields every season for the fertile soil.
Yeah.
So like what when you drive past it, what one year is corn and the opposite side or next to it adjacent is the soybeans, they'll
Yeah.
then flop those the following year.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do you know why?
I thought it was because the soybeans make the soil more fertile for corn the following year. Because corn sucks it all dry.
They suck different nutrients out of the ground. So like one needs more of this, one needs more of that, and then they flip them and yippity yeah. So there you go. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. And at different storage facility units, you get a My Buddy or a Teddy Ruxpin. 'Cause they suck things dry.
Once those pesky law enforcement officers make their way around town. Did you know?
Alan's humored somewhat. I heard a.
They're ridiculous.
This is a fun fact, and maybe some of us should pay attention. Some of us are ruder than others. Particularly rude Starbucks customers might be subject to a subversive decaffing. That's when a caffeinated order is swapped out for a decaf out of revenge.
That's just rude.
Well, you're just rude.
I think, right? Like, I don't know. I don't drink coffee. I don't fucking care.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you can spot the decaffeination, you're done. I mean, do you get like a full refund? Can you file a lawsuit?
Wait, most people grab their coffee and they're going to go, right? You're not going to sit there and like wait for the caffeine to kick in while you're in the store. I would 100% know, because the only thing I get from Starbucks is the most caffeinated product. I would know. But I'm also fucking pleasant, and I give them their fucking $1 tip every time I get my bullshit, even though it's
What do you
bullshit.
get? Like 2 shots of espresso?
no. I get a grande nitro cold brew,
Okay.
black.
Damn, that is like you might as well just fucking siphon that into your rear end. Just get
Dude.
more juice.
If you drink that whole thing within 30 minutes, you could break the speed of sound. Walking at a brisk pace.
I feel like I'm going so fast.
It's no fucking joke. I'm not kidding. There's one walking route that I do once a week. I stop at Starbucks, I get that drink, and I make up for about an hour
Damn.
just with that.
Can't say I agree with Starbucks decaffeine though. for rude customers.
No, fuck that. If somebody's being a dick, fuck them. They're getting the taste they want. They're not getting the fucking juice they want. They can kiss the, I agree with that. There's a lot of shit I don't like about Starbucks. That I appreciate.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Did you know? When Weird Al Yankovic asked Paul McCartney if he could spoof Wings' Live and Let Die, McCartney wasn't against it. But he did veto Yankovic's idea to change the lyrics to chicken pot pie. McCartney, a vegetarian, simply did not want his work to be used to promote meat eating. Yankovic, who was born on this day in 1959, later explained that, quote, I'm trying to do a Weird Al Yankovic. It wouldn't be work with tofu and pot. Wait, it wouldn't work with tofu pot pie, so he scrapped the plan completely.
Damn.
Damn.
They could. I mean, masterpiece.
That would have been a good one.
I disagree with Weird Al on this. I don't disagree with Weird Al on many things at all, but like, because it's like live and let die. So tofu pot pie. I feel like he could have then gone on to make fun of Paul McCartney for being a vegetarian and then called it tofu pot pie. But like, I know.
But see, then you gotta know the person. The whole thing is just him mocking the song. I mean, then you gotta like understand like, oh, well, Paul McCartney's a vegetarian. Well, I mean, back then, what are we talking? Like probably the early '90s. Everyone knew McCartney. I didn't know McCartney was a vegetarian until you just said this fact.
Yeah, honestly.
I still think tofu pot pie might be a funnier line than chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie. I'm sure Weird Al had some great lines like, yeah, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun. Chicken pot pie.
See? You figured it out.
Yeah.
If you've got a ninja blender and about 4 hours of time, you can make yourself a chicken pot pie.
Yeah. You could have done like an Axl Rose stand-in a little bit, you know?
Actually, the one I do, I think, is more of Axl Rose, because I feel like Guns N' Roses probably did it better than Paul McCartney.
Yeah. I mean, I won't argue with you. I won't agree with you, but I won't argue with you.
That's fair. I appreciate that. And finally, did you know? Believing that holding activities on Halloween night increases the chance of vandalism and mischief. Some communities choose to hold their annual trick-or-treat night on nearby dates in October instead. One of the first cities to adopt, quote, Beggar's Night was Des Moines, Iowa, which switched to an alternative date after a rash of petty crime back in 1938. So Des Moines, Iowa does not do Halloween on Halloween.
Yeah, you know, coming from a family where my mom grew up in Iowa, and a lot of her family still lives and resides in Iowa. Doesn't shock me that these people are a bunch of wanker pussies and don't embrace vandalism as it should be. Now, here's the deal: you protect your yard, you protect your trees, you protect your car. Outside of that, man, I don't care. You set your yard up, put some spike strips up. Some sort of explosive devices. Stand on those things, bam! Good night.
Set up some recently filled teddy bears.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, put your hand in there. There's a surprise. It's an eclair.
No, it's not an eclair. It's syphilis.
That's right. It's a gift that keeps on giving, young man.
Now, I will say that there should be, because mischief's going to happen no matter what.
Sure.
And I think this generation just needs to learn, like, there's acceptable mischief and there's unacceptable mischief. Now, I didn't know this, but when I was a kid, somebody put shaving cream on somebody's hood. I did not know shaving cream was corrosive, and it ate through the clear coat, and whatever was written on that hood was there forever. So, use whipped cream. Things like that. Don't put this on people's... You know what I mean? Like, if they had rules and regulations for, like, okay, we know you're going to throw toilet paper, just don't wet it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That would make everybody a little bit,
yeah,
not happy, but
if you're going to take a dump in a bag, at least light it on fire. That way someone stomps it out after you knock on their door.
That's
No,
fair.
I don't think that's no.
Yeah, Alan, back me up on this.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it right.
Yeah. A big old nice fucking chunk, too.
God, that is such a like. What do you call it when you don't have a choice? You know, because you got to put the fire
Ultimatum.
out. Yeah. Okay. Ultimatum. That works. Because you know you got to put the fire out,
Yeah.
but you know you're gonna get shit everywhere.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's what makes it such a good practical joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
that's kind of the point.
we're all drunk, and that is your Fun Fact Friday.
All right. Speaking of poop, here we go, folks. About 35 on tonight's Before You Go. This comes out of the BBC News in West Midlands, as if I know where the hell that is. About 35 portable toilets, some of them full, have been stolen from a racetrack in a theft that left the owners, quote, slightly baffled. No shit. The theft happened on Sunday. This was last week in Ludlow Autograss Club in Pencombe, Herefordshire. Remember when you send me some of these fucking things? Like bash your fucking head in. With
That's why I just breeze through them and give you the Cliffs Notes.
Like one of the owners said, quote, I'm slightly baffled by it. Another one said, these toilets are not easy to move about, and some of them are still full. So, my hat's off to the thieves who took the full toilets. Yeah, 35 of these. I mean, listen, here's the deal. I'm going to leave it at this. If these thieves get caught, it ought to be like a catch me if you can situation where they then pick their brains about how, you all know, and you all are very good thieves, and you all have very good logistical problem solving brains. We need to use it for better purposes. Okay. You stole 35 fucking porta potties without anybody noticing. All right. We will pay you to be our logistics people.
But I mean, I don't understand why like the big to do is about them being like dirty. Like,
No, I mean, it's, sloshing about, pooping around, being on.
I guess, but like, I mean, are you going to add the extra wrinkle to stealing 35 porta pots? Like, let's wait till they clean them. Like, no, you're going to fucking steal them. Then you're going to clean them yourself. And then you're going to sell them to some fucking like construction company. And they're going to go get the blue goo and fill them back up. Right? I just don't, I just felt like the story was only a story because they were filled with shit, right?
Some of them.
But how do you know? Are you really like in the middle of the night?
Allegedly, you're right. I don't know.
Go inspect. Let's not get the poo-filled ones. Let's get the no. I just they're great thieves. That is a big product to steal, especially
35?
that many. Yeah, especially
middle of
that
the
many
night.
of them. And I do agree with you. I feel like we should be punishing certain criminals less and picking their brains. Catch me if you can. I think you brought it up last show. Like, catch me if you can. Hey, how'd you guys get away with stealing 35 porta pots with nobody fucking noticing? That's a hell of a feat. We could learn some things from you. Special forces.
Have these guys line up with the teddy bear fucker, just in like a best of both worlds type thing.
No.
That's not happening. Alan, your take. Listen, I feel as though you're a logistics guy. I feel like you're a problem solver. I mean, what do you get a fucking flatbed truck and just load these suckers up as fast as you possibly can? You just dump them over into a dump truck.
Well,
You get like
that's
6
the problem,
pickup trucks.
is, like, don't they move them by forklift typically?
Well, if you're trying to be sanitary about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're just trying to smash and grab, yeah, I mean, just back up a flatbed or dump truck and then just fucking get them on in there.
Get like 4 or 5 Jethros and just.
Yeah. No, you're not lifting them up, especially if they're filled with the blue goo. That blue goo itself has to weigh like 100
Probably
pounds.
heavy as fuck. Yeah, I don't know how much they fill. Let's see. How much does an average porta potty get filled?
Because I've actually seen
Let's get
them.
to the bottom of this.
I've actually, because I run at the park in Elkton, I've actually seen them load up the porta pots when storms are coming, and they actually use like a crane, like it goes down. You could use a forklift, but like the crane goes down. They put the straps underneath the base, and then they lift them up and put them on. So this is not an easy feat. I want to know their motivation.
Yes.
Were they planning on like making like Wayne stock like 2023?
I was gonna say, yeah, they're running their own festival. They're running, yeah, Wayne stock, or I don't know, but Simon stock, if you're English.
But you know what? Like I feel like there might be a dirty, seedy underground for like porta pot stealing, like porta pot resells, because like that's not like a product that you just come about and nobody gives a shit. If you went somewhere like a public park, right, and you saw a bunch of guys with a flatbed and they were picking up porta pots and putting them on, your first thought's gonna be like, oh, I guess they're gonna replace them with some new ones next week.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna question it.
Look at these humanitarians. Look at these public servants.
Oh,
just
good,
doing like this guy.
All
Great.
day.
They're gonna replace these with much more vibrant smelling
Yeah.
porta pots, if there is such a thing.
It's definitely way harder than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
What? How much? How much is it? What do we got?
So an average porta pot holds.
How many stones?
Jesus, I have no idea. An average porta pot holds 60 gallons. So 60 gallons of water is approximately 480 pounds. Keep in mind, this is not water. This
Yeah,
is
blue goo's like thick.
It's thick. Yeah, it's probably around. Let's just be conservative and say it's 500 pounds.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
got the plastic, which is probably
Yeah.
another 200 pounds. So I'm just gonna say 700 pounds. You got some shit in there, like a lot of shit in there, like 800 pounds.
100 pounds worth of shit. Well, I'm not going to debate you on that, but okay, fine.
I'm just saying, like how much have they been used, you know? And by the way,
Yeah.
the Hall's honey pots. I know this is a throwback. The Hall's honey pots are the best fucking porta pots in the upper Maryland area, 100%. They smell like fucking cologne. I never fucking. As a guy who uses porta pots all the time, goddamn, man. Goddamn.
Yeah, they just start stealing those. Listen, let's find these guys and pick their brain. Hey, how'd you do it? How did you do it? What did you do? Did you have an assembly line? Was this thing like fucking gone in 60 seconds? Did you get Nick Cage? Did you get fucking Brad Pitt?
I just think nobody gives a shit if you steal a porta pot. I think that's the fucking moral of this story. Is like, oh, you taking a honey,
Yeah.
you're taking a honey pot. Good luck to you.
Well, that's all we have for tonight. I appreciate it. I don't know where to leave you all, other than we leave you this week in Classholes history. This was a one and done from about 3 years ago. This is where Murr posed the question. Ramaroo, which is a ram and a kangaroo, but also has like some weird zebra body, versus a pit snapper. So it's a pit bull with a snapping turtle head. 12 minutes and 38 seconds of hilarity ensues. Enjoy, folks.
Wrapping up tonight's 3 and Out, your final 3 and Out question. Of course, this was our 3 and Out sneak peek. You could find it on the Middle Class Holes Facebook page. Do look that up. Do like, do subscribe, do follow the Middle Class Holes on Facebook. Your final 3 and Out question. We will start with you, Alan. Who wins in a fight? Now, I named this the pit snapper versus the ramaroo. Now, the pit snapper, for those of you who can't see the screen, is a pit bull with the head of a snapping turtle. And the ramaroo is you'll just have to disregard the zebra pattern here, but it's a kangaroo with the head of what would you call that, Wes? Some kind of ram.
Yeah.
But is it a mountain goat?
Yeah, I think it's just like a ram or mountain goat is a possible way. I mean, it's got the full horns, got the full forehead, the black eyeballs like our kindergarten teacher. It's just a lot of everything going on.
But yeah, so the ramaroo is it's a kangaroo with a fucking ram's head with devil horns is essentially what it is, and then the pit snapper is just the Mike Tyson of pit bulls with a snapping turtle head. Of course, I would concentrate more on the ferocious jaw and biting power of the pit snapper. I think there's a lot to unpack with the ramaroo, if I'm being honest here. Who you got in a fight there, Alan?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going pit snapper. I was gonna ask you why the zebra stripes. Like, was there a reason?
No, I did not make these photos. I simply scoured the internet for them.
Yeah, I was just hoping you like created a backstory.
Andrew's at the
okay.
Andrew's at the mercy of the dickheads who made this.
No, I got you. So yeah, I mean, pit snapper
who pitted them against each other.
Yeah. I think pit snapper is just a superior animal. Like, I think the ramaroo combination is just detrimental. Like, I would rather have just a kangaroo or just a ram. Like, I don't.
Okay, hold on. So you're putting so you put a standard kangaroo against the pit snapper, and you're saying it has more or equal of a chance?
I would like it a little bit better. I mean, it's not that I don't think that's really better, but like I just don't think that that this animal benefits in any way, shape, or form from this transformation. Like neither animal really gains anything here. I think the ram is probably faster and also can kind of move around in a 360 radius a lot easier than fucking one directional locomotive kangaroo body. You get what I'm saying? I think
I vehemently disagree with you on many fronts, but I'm going to let you finish.
Okay. I just think his range of motion's not as good. And then the fucking, I think the height problem starts to become an issue too. So like kangaroos are pretty tall, reasonably so. Pit snapper, I'm assuming is going to be the size of waffles in the house here. And he's, he's good size, but he's not fucking 5 feet tall. So he's just attacking much better. He's got a lot of soft tissue and leg down by the tail to get a hold of, and the ram just got to hope he catches with a horn. You got to kind of get lucky. There's not a whole lot of even when rams, just regular rams, fight each other, it's not elegant. It isn't graceful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going pit snapper. I think it's just a superior mix. Whereas I think like before this ramaroo came out perfect, there were multiple disfigured ones on the laboratory floor screaming to have the bolt in the head that we discussed earlier. Whereas the pit snapper I think is pretty straightforward. Snapper.
Yeah, I do feel like there is a perfect mix between those two animals. They're just like both primitive just beasts that blend very well together. I do give you that. You're right. There were a few ramaroos left on the laboratory floor. That's for certain. Wes, what do you think? Ramaroo versus pit snapper.
Well, at first I was going to ask whose temperament do I get with the pit snapper, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's just is the brain of the snapping turtle or the the instincts of the pit bull. But
I honestly think that in their own right, I think their temperaments are very similar in the reptile and the canine world. I feel like a snapping turtle is the pit bull of the amphibian world.
Gotcha. And also, I think it's fair to mention that it doesn't matter what their temperament is. When dickheads like us pit them against each other and prod them and encourage them to fight one another, whether or not they're a kind animal doesn't play into this. I'll tell you what. I think one really good head bang from the ramaroo into that fucking pit snapper is going to end its fucking day, and that's it. That's the way I'm going with this. I understand that that the kangaroo body might not be able to provide enough the velocity that a ram can, but I think it can do enough. The horns, the skull that's like a goddamn battering ram. Even if it gets it into the Christ, I don't even know, was it the pit viper or pit snapper's mouth? it's not going to bite it right away. It's going to like fucking bash into it. That's the way I'm going. That's the way I'm thinking, man. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know if there's much logic to that. Can you even bring logic to an argument like this?
Well,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah,
What
I
are you
think
talking
we did.
about?
I think
What,
we did.
what do you mean? What am I talking about? I'm looking at fucking two hybrid animals that can't fucking mate.
Oh, no,
Let me tell you something. We live in the age of uncontacted tribesmen who have never seen a hot pocket, and also simultaneously fiber optic cables that shoot beams of light filled with all the information that humankind has ever developed. Okay? If you don't think that this is a world where a ramaroo and a fucking pit snapper can exist, you're a fucking kindergarten teacher with black eyeballs and no soul. So don't fucking come here and act like this is some sort of ruse of a conversation. Like it's not worth discussion.
Good
It's not
word there.
worthy of intelligent thought.
Yeah. Good word. Ruse. I like it. Nice. Very nice.
A ruse.
All right, Andrew, where are you going with this?
Okay, well, see, I don't disagree with all of your logic there, Alan, but the thing is, I disagree with your assessment of the Ramaroo's capabilities. Kangaroos, they're nimble. They're like boxers. They're like the boxers of the animal kingdom. That's why, like, they were like, they're very nimble creatures. They do have a 360 because what happens, I know I had to cut off the tail to fit the two into the same picture here.
Tail. Yeah, I gotcha.
They balance on the tail and they're able to pivot in one spot. Now, I will say that the jaws of the pit snapper are going to be very ferocious. As if it goes straight for a leg and actually gets it, that could be a problem. But like Wes said, the ability of a ram to disable its prey with a headbutt is superior to any other animal that performs that action. Now you add in those muscular, meaty, sexy thighs of the kangaroo with the ramming power of the ram. I think you just got, I don't know, man. I think it's a real even fight. Yeah. Now, what I will highlight is the large testicles there on the pit snapper.
Yeah,
it's going to give him a giant burst of testosterone.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the owner of this just opted not to cut. He thought that, like, man, let's keep the dick and balls on this fella.
It looks like a purebred pit snapper to me, sir. So, well, I mean, think about the stud fees you can pick up on one of those bad boys. So I do. I understand the head ramming thing. I think I go back to speed, and like I wanted to look it up just to be sure. Kangaroos, hopping speed. Okay, average hopping speed 13 to 16 miles per hour. Can get up to 44 over short distances, apparently, which sounds fucking insane. That is,
God damn.
Right? And then they can sustain a speed of 25 miles per hour for nearly 2 kilometers, which is still fucking crazy.
Yeah,
dogs, pit bulls specifically, 25 to 30 miles per hour.
Whoa.
So I think you got a lot of speed on the pit bull side that's quicker. It sounds like kangaroos can get there, but they got a little work to get there. I don't know that the ram tactic's going to work. You get what I'm saying? Rams have regular rams that haven't been mutated in lamb have an established fucking battle policy. It's square up, run faces into each other. This, I think the Ramaroo is going to be like, all right, fuck it. We're going to hop, and we're going to hit heads. And the Pitbull is going to be like, nah, that's not how we do this. Those are not our rules of engagement. So we're going to figure this out. And yeah, you've unhandicapped the ornery pit snap or the snapping turtle. You think about the snapping turtle, how many times you've teased it, and it's like, oh, you motherfucker. Imagine if I had a Pitbull body. Imagine if I had a Pitbull body. And now you've given it one.
Well, what I will say is that I think the pit snapper, they like to latch on, and then they do like the dog, like kind of alligator death roll kind of head whipping kind of thing. Now, see, in that moment, I think that's when the Ramaroo has its advantage. Is that it'll be able to lean down and take its devilishly sharp ram horns and be able to impale the the pit snapper. That's where I think the pit snapper has it. It's a little more cool, calm, and collected under pressure, whereas the pit snapper is just full of venom, rage, and is enlarged testicular testosterone. But going to some of the comments here, Larry says he's taking the Ramaroo because of the powerful kicking legs. Those horns could easily puncture an organ. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Then we go down to Jason. He says, now he's with you. He says pit snapper hands down, while the Ramaroo will have the speed and powerful legs. All it takes for the pit snapper is one good bite. And so I don't know. I do think it's a toss-up, but I think Wes and I are making the decision here today, and we're going with Ramaroo.
I think if we're being honest, let me one last thing. They both die. I think that's how this battle goes. Not like there isn't one clear. I think pit snapper inflicts damage, kills fucking Ramaroo. Ramaroo gores pit snapper. Pit snapper wanders off into the woods, dies alone.
As God intended.
Yeah. Where that monstrosity should be.
And that, my friends, is 3 and out.
The fucking Ramaroo and the pit. You've got me thinking for better parts of the day about shit that I ought not to.
I saw it while I was walking a building with a customer, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
might be on as fuck. I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. Well, sometimes I may need a hand when I'm just too drunk to stay. I don't need your sympathy, keep your judgment too. 'Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull, ready to satisfy my woman the whole night through. I get drunk most every day. Everyone knows Scooter is a gay. Might be on his fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up.